because I was just like, okay, challenge. Don't think, okay, challenge, marathon is a challenge, I'm gonna run a marathon. Think of challenges that would be good for you. So for example, he was like, because Andrew Huberman, which is the podcast this was on, talked about the example of like, you know, someone who met him a while ago and was asking him like, you know, I want to do this, this and this, to be able to lose weight and blah blah blah. And he was talking about how, you know, he told him what to do, and then he, like a few months later, he found it was like, you know, he lost all the weight and stuff. He was talking about like most people, I don't know about you guys, but me, I've watched so many videos, read books, how to be a good person, how to do good, you know, what's like a good routine, blah blah blah. So it's, most people, well, we already know what these things are, but we're being too, was Panabalas too much? Where should this go? Okay, but most of us, we're being too, I don't want to call it lazy, because he was talking about, you know, don't call me neuro anything, like, because he says he's got ADD, whatever, because he was like, he's not saying, for example, like, you know, outperform your schizophrenia or whatever challenge you're going through mentally or physically, like, you know, maybe you have a motor disability, so yeah, you can't go from that marathon. Okay, I'm trying to say two things at once, just so I don't lose the point. The first one is, actually I'll talk about the first point for the second one. The first one is, he's not saying like difficulties do not exist, he's saying he doesn't feel bad for anyone with those difficulties, whatever difficulty it is, because like, you can push yourself, whatever the difficulty is, to extract that greatness. And he said, you know, and it's true, not everybody wants to achieve greatness again, which is fine, but when you're not great, or whatever, maybe it's not greatness you're trying to do, or whenever you're not at that level you want to be, don't be surprised, is what he said. So the first one is like, we're not saying like disadvantages in life don't exist. We're saying regardless of what your disadvantages are in life, you can overcome it if you want to. And what he said was like, you know, most things, not everything, some things you do, like, you know, need medication, you do need to get like extra support and help, but it was like, some things you can actually do for yourself, you can actually just do yourself, just be like, I'm gonna do this. And he's not saying those people who need help shouldn't get the help, everyone should get the help they need. He's saying regardless of whatever help you need, you can still be great. Yeah, and I just find that so true. It doesn't mean, because like, we're not saying everybody's on the same playing field, but he's saying like, and he was giving his example, like, no one was ever in his corner. I don't even know how he eventually realized he had ADD. He couldn't speak or write by like the age, sorry, not speak or write, read or write at the age of 16, and he had to like figure it all himself. But he was like, when you know what you're trying to achieve, you can kind of like make a list, okay, I need to do this, 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 but what usually happens is like, people get overwhelmed, or they just want like an easy way out. He was like, there's no magic pill of like, okay, do this to boost your motivation, you just have to grunt your way through it. So that's the first point, grunting your way through it. I need to do a post collect for this one before I do the gathers one. That would be ideal. Okay. Okay, I love how this just took a completely different turn. I thought this was going to be a YouTube, Snapchat video, then it became video, then it's trying to find a new profile picture. So many things. Oh, I need to show that it's not fouling, so I do need the glutamate solution again. Okay, I'll go get the glutamate solution. But this does need time to... Ooh, what if we do it live? YouTube live might be an interesting thing I consider. Oh, what if I do it live? I don't want to... Time and place for live. Okay. This is going to be a challenge for me to have to remember all this stuff I'm going through, and it should be interesting. Okay, so we need to do a post-calib solution. I'm not gonna edit this bit out because I can't be asked. Oh, 23 minutes. Video is too long. Oh, we could just split it into part 1 and 2. Make it 30 minutes, 50 minutes first one, 50 minutes second one, and then yeah, I'm just gonna edit it that way because I can't do the whole. Oh, I'll do like it's all fast when I'm doing stuff that's not me talking, and then normal speed. So right now we're going to do the post calibration of the peroxide solution. The post calibration has to be right. Peroxide solution. I've made that. I've done 1. I've done 2. Normal. Then we need to have post calib before the Gabbase one, which is what I'm going to do now. So I need to get the glutamate solution for that. Before I get the glutamate solution, because that's quite a while away, I'm just going to do some stuff that's here, because when I get the glutamate solution, I'm going to end this video. So this is the post calibration. That's the post calibration. This would be for the Gabbase and the post calibration for this. So I need 2. So I'm just going to do 3 just to be safe. Like 3. Because the solutions I'm using are really tiny. I'm using like these micro Eppendorf tubes. Okay, cool. What was I saying? Yes, challenges do exist, but he said he doesn't feel bad for them because whatever challenges you have, you can work to maximizing what you can do with whatever those challenges are, and to an extent that you don't feel empty because you actually know. And I find that so amazing. The fuel is the effort. I know everyone's like, oh, the journey's 90%, and then but like the fuel is the effort. If you didn't have to work a day in your life and you have amazing things, when you look at yourself, like you can't say I did this, but like when you've done stuff, you can say I did this. And I don't just mean done stuff that just, I know I've given an example before, but it's just really resonates with me. It's not just I've done this stuff, it's like I found this hard and challenging. I pushed it. I was talking about how, like, you know, people see him in all these running videos. When he's getting to that front line, he's swearing and cussing because like he doesn't want to be he hates running, which is why he makes himself run every day. They always look back and be like, yes, I'm an ultramarathon runner. You think someone who's done all those things because they love running, because he hates running, which is why he makes himself do it. And again, back to the point, just re-emphasizing, because something is a challenge doesn't mean it's good for you. You need to choose the challenges that are good for you. Because like I've tried, that's what I think about in terms of this. Because again, like I said, I need to give myself direct things. If not, I'll just take the message and run away with it sideways and be like, because I'm like, oh yes, it's a good challenge for me to do. I'll be like, that's not good for me. That's not something that's good for me. And it's because one of the questions Andrew Huberman asked me was like, how do you like plan your day? Like, you know what the challenge you're gonna do today. It's like, when you actually take out all the noise, you know what that is. So listening to yourself is very important, and actually being in tune with yourself and talking about things like social media. Like, you know, when someone's asking like, what's a good morning routine, people will go and search up what's a good morning routine and then see someone's 5 a.m. routine or someone else's routine. Like, you can figure out what the routine should be for you. Yes, obviously do the research, find like, you know, what are the good components, like waking up. Again, I'm just saying random ones. Good components could be like waking up early, could be like having sunshine, whatever it is, and find what works for you to achieve the greatness you want to achieve. And then the point I was trying to make was just twofold. Like, he's not saying people don't have these challenges. And then the other point was what? Challenging myself to remember. It's like most things people don't need any extra help for. Like, even though he has communication. Oh, there was a point I was trying to make, but I was trying to make sure it doesn't get misconstrued. So I was trying to explain the fact that people do go through challenges. Okay, let me try and make a point of this. So number one, so one of them is like people kind of go through challenges. The one I talked about the demons, the challenges, the fuel. There was something. What was the first point I made? It's not that the challenge is fuel. Oh, empty versus happy. No, challenge is fuel. Oh yes, I was talking about anterior singular cortex and doing things that are a challenge but good for you. I don't know. I think I'm gonna end the video here. I do remember. And yeah, this is okay. I guess just tying it at the end. how this relates to my whole channel about, you know, developing ourselves towards kind of ihsan. If we're trying to, oh yes, I was talking about not staying stagnant and Islamically, you know, trying to make myself like tahajjud and stuff like that. But yeah, whatever component it is, you can always push yourself to do better in a way that is good for you, not just a random thing to do. A random thing to do, yes, if it's good for you. Yeah, because I feel like that's what I've been chasing. You know? I'm always like, I want to do this, I want to do that. I just look for something that's gonna push me, especially in physically and mentally. But yes, that's all for now. And yeah, how I think this is time to, you know, develop our skills by ihsan. If you want to achieve ihsan, it's going to be a continuous journey of stay hard. You're not going to be like, okay, I'm going to do this today and then I'm going to go back to whatever base level you were before. Like, okay, I'm going to start doing my tahajjud and then I'm going to go back to, you know, just like not waking for a long time. But yeah, it's kind of like you switch on and you stay on. It's kind of like linked with eudaimonia, which is kind of like one of the early themes I was using for my channel, which is like continuously working towards being like better is the way that I understood it, but it's a Greek word and like different way. There's not really a direct way to translate it, eudaimonia, and also the idea of you're just constantly working on yourself, but not in the way that is, you know, you're this broken thing that needs to be fixed. It's kind of like you are what you are and you want to achieve better and you want to be better continuously, trying to aim for greatness, and you just keep going. And like, I don't know, I think it's like a technique, whereas like pray to Allah that I'll try and find it. The point before you die is the best you are, so you're going to be the best version of yourself right at the end, and the only way to do that is to keep going. And no one's saying it's going to be a linear thing, like you might have peaks and troughs, different seasons of your life, but do what challenges you and what is good for you, and you get there. So for example, like, you know, like I'm trying to do, you know, all the 12 sunnahs, you know, like some other day, like yesterday, if I'm not a place where, you know, I'm just like, okay, I'm like kind of rushing because I'm trying to make the bus, but at the same time obviously I don't want to rush my salah, so the compromise is I just do the fard part of the salah and not the fard part. That's because, like, you know, when it comes to minutes and stuff, so just find things that still keep you going up towards that goal. It doesn't mean that like I'm trying to think of all the examples. Trying to do a marathon every day, for example, for the average person, I think that's probably going to be debilitating because you're going to like injure yourself if you don't like know how to run up and stuff. But think of the challenge that good for you, and then obviously keep racking it up, because like whatever is a challenge for you today, tomorrow might not be a challenge for you, so you have to step it up. It doesn't mean like get yourself to the point of like breakdown and stuff, but it's kind of like, this is what you were saying about like knowing yourself. Because the more you actually do that and get feedback from yourself as you're doing these things, the better you get at it, inshallah. And yeah, I think thinking about this in different facets of life, not just like academically, but things spiritually, financially, intellectually, ways to like challenge yourself so you have that. It was like self-confidence comes from self-competence in your abilities, and may Allah inshallah grant us the ability to be able to achieve ihsan, that greatness we are striving for, inshallah. Mashallah, and see you in my next video. I can say that now. That's so funny.